Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Moses Kuria, Alice Wahome, Irungu Kangata, and Sabina Chege, these four Mount Kenya leaders are up to something. And let me say, you can cheat some people sometimes, but you cannot cheat them always. Ujanja yenu tumegundua. These four individuals were hauled up in a meeting before Irungu Kangata leaked his letter to the media. And before Irungu Kangata leaked his letter to the media, Alice Wahome read a long statement castigating and blasting Uhuru, claiming Uhuru plans to hang on to power after 2022. These four individuals were meant to issue a joint press statement. I don't know what happened. The four of them were meant to issue a joint press statement. Probably they were meant to read to the president the letter that was leaked to the media. They were meant to read that letter in their joint press statement. Nonetheless, that never happened. So Alice Wahome read his own statement where he blasted Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. After Alice Wahome finished reading his own her statement, Irungu Kangata, the majority leader, the one who is meant to popularize BBI, leaked a letter to the media after Alice Wahome had read her statement. Ladies and gentlemen, these four individuals are together and they are bedding together. Irungu Kangata and most probably Sabina Chege, these are the Tanga moles in the handshake. These are the Tanga moles we have around amongst us. And these are the people we expect to lead the popularizing of BBI in their region. We expect Irungu Kangata to popularize the BBI in Mount Kenya. Yet, he is a Tanga mole planning for Tanga. Every secret that the handshake has, Irungu Kangata leaks it to Tanga. This is the man we expect to popularize BBI in Mount Kenya region. Ladies and gentlemen, in Irungu Kangata's letter, he claimed that BBI is unpopular in Mount Kenya region. That's what he stated in the letter. Irungu Kangata does not know that as a majority whip, he has been given a job to make sure he educates the people and explain to them what BBI is. He is meant to popularize the BBI in Mount Kenya region. He is not meant to be crying that BBI is not popular. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. For us who have been in the opposition, we know what BBI is. We know the importance. Myself, I'm a living example. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, today, before the BBI, I was being sought for. I was being sought after like an antelope, me myself. BBI has brought me peace. I can now sleep, ladies and gentlemen. I can now sleep soundly without any fear that I'm being looked for. I could not sleep before the BBI, ladies and gentlemen. Let me disclose that to you today. So when I see somebody who was celebrating when our victory was stolen, somebody who was mocking us when we were being tear gassed on the street, now claiming that simply because BBI is not popular in the region, he's advising maybe the president to think otherwise. This is the highest fool. This is a fool of the highest order. And this is a man who, if I had the power today, huyu angekuwa ndani. Huyu angekuwa ndani, this man calling himself Irungu Kangata. He has no business being the majority leader. He is a Tanga mole. And I think now, we have been told that he's a broker. He wants the BBI money so that he can plunder it and to buy residents for his campaign. I'm made to understand he wants to contest for governor, which I don't think he can get. Even that is Senate seat, he's not going to get it back. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is not for only two communities. We cannot have two communities rotating power between themselves. Mkale, Kikuyu. Mkale, Kikuyu. Enough is enough. And now to my fellow Kenyans, let us wake up. We cannot have two communities rotating power. Then the moment now we have realized that they are rotating power between themselves, they change name and then they call themselves hustlers. Ati sisi ni hustler. You are not a hustler, bwana. Wewe ni mkale tu, bwana. Why are you running away from being a Kalenjin? You are not a hustler, you are a Kalenjin. And we are trying to say, since independence, the leadership of this country has been rotated between Kalenjin and Kikuyus. Kikuyus, Kalenjin. We have realized that, and now you want to run away from that, and you want to change your name now, not to be a Kalenjin, but to call yourself a hustler. You are not a hustler, you are a Kalenjin. And we will not allow a Kikuyu or a Kalenjin to assume power in 2022. What is wrong with the Muluya assuming power? What is wrong with the Jaluo assuming power? What's wrong with the Mkamba, Mkisi, and Orobo? What's wrong with these other communities assuming power? It cannot be only two communities. Every now and then you rotate this. No, Banam. We have realized that, and that's why you are running away from your tribe. You want to brand yourself now as a hustler. Because we have known and we have realized you are a Kalenjin. You want to brand yourself as a hustler. If it's about electing a hustler, let us elect a hustler who is a Muluya, or who is a Mkamba, a Jaluo, a Kisii, a Masai, a Taita. We want hustlers we don't want a hustler who is a Kikuyu or a Mkale. Ladies and gentlemen, enough is enough. We cannot allow this country be taken to the dogs. And even if I will be the last man standing, let me be the last man standing, and I will talk at the top of my voice, and I will say the truth as it is. We don't need a Kikuyu president in 2022. We don't need a Kalenjin president in 2022. We need a Muluya president. We need a Kaba president. We need a Luo president, or a Masai president, or a Taita, or any other community. These two communities, since independence, have plundered this country. They are directly responsible for the economic mess this country is currently facing. Some are blaming at the handshake. These ones blaming the handshake. They have been in power, ladies and gentlemen, for 8 good years. Miaka 8. Tano plus 3, miaka 8. Immediately they won their second term in office. They started campaigns immediately, not even minding to fulfill first the promises they made to us. They started campaigns immediately. Right now, they are telling us that they are hustlers. You are not a hustler, bwana. You are a thief. You stole Aurora and Kimwarer. Western, what are you doing with Western land? Give it to hustlers. We know you are not a hustler, my friend. You are a Mkalenjin. If I'm to be the last man to talk the truth, I will speak the truth, and I will speak the truth. This man is not a hustler. This is a Mkalenjin. And Kenya has been ruled by Kikuyus and Kalenjin. It's now time they give us room. Other communities, we try other communities. Let me talk to my brothers from Western Kenya, the Luya community. My brothers from Western, let me tell you this. There is a by-election coming in Matungulu and Kabuchai. The only way you can redeem your image, or rather the only way you can save this country, is by rejecting any candidate that will be fronted by these crooks, these thieves, calling themselves hustlers. Reject any candidate that will be fronted by these people. This is the same man who has been robbing our election every time and then. My brothers from Western, we have suffered together, Bwana. Our election has been stolen together, and we have gone through the pains together. The man who has been stealing our election now thinks we have forgotten that he's the one who has been stealing our election. He has now branded himself a hustler. He is not a hustler. He is the same thief who has been stealing our election, who has been tear gassing us on the streets. He is the same person. He has not changed. Reject any candidate that will be associated with this man. To my brothers from Kamba, there is a by-election in Machakos. The same person who has been abusing Kalonzo Musyoka, that he was sitting on the lami, alikuwa anasema hii jamaa wa kukaa kwa lami. He thinks we have forgotten. Reject any candidate that will be associated with this man. Reject them. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is a beautiful country. We don't want to go to be like a Zimbabwe, where people learn it, but their education is nothing. We will not allow mediocre leaders, mediocrity, to persist amongst us. We cannot be like Uganda, Bwana. This is Kenya. This is Kenya. We want sober leaders. If it's a matter of a hustler, we don't want a hustler who is a thief. We want a hustler of high integrity. Even if it's a thief, we don't want a no. Yani, okay, if it's a must that we must elect a thief, elect somebody at least ameiba kidogo. You cannot elect somebody mwenye anaiba chakula na sufuria yote. Anaenda na chakula, anaenda na sufuria. Kesho utapikia nini bwana? Ladies and gentlemen, and to my president, my beloved President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, stand firm. Let these nincompoops not scare you. We are the people on the ground, and we are going to do all it takes to make sure the BBI is endorsed by 80% of Kenyans. We are going to do that in our small means. Let these nincompoops not scare you. We are going to knock every door to make sure BBI is endorsed by 80% of Kenyans. In my community where I stay, we are going to knock doors to make sure each and every single individual understands what BBI is. There is a strong propaganda and campaign aimed at tarnishing BBI. They have been doing that for a very long time. We are now going to go out door to door to make sure we explain to the people what BBI is. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, let me leave it at that. But before I close, let me ask my beloved president to make sure that this man, Irungu Kangata, is fired immediately. He doesn't deserve to be the majority leader of government. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to this channel, make sure you tap on the subscription button, and make sure you don't forget to like this video. In this channel, we don't care what any other person is saying, what analysts are saying. We say the truth as it is. Tunasema ukweli vile iko. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.